Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So things are underway. Hearts have opted for a 4-5-1 formation, it appears, Jim.
Well, most teams that use this system, Peter, will work it in a way where, yes, they'll have a 4-5-1 shape off the ball and ideally a 4-3-3 shape on it. We often see that 4-1-4-1 shape too, and that has an obvious flexibility about it. It's a popular managerial selection because of that. It's just extremely flexible with all the numbers I've mentioned. Well, this fellow, Giorgio Chiellini, Peter, is one of the game's great thinkers.
Yeah, in both an academic and a footballing sense, of course.
Yeah, and I think he'll prove key if they're looking to play on the break here. You won't get many players who are better than him in terms of ball winning, and it's all going to be about how quickly they can turn things around once they've got the ball.
Vieira. And it's Lampard. And he shoots! Fantastic from Lampard!
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
After 11 minutes is...
He hit that like he meant it. Absolutely speared it in.
Well, he's absolutely drilled that, Peter. When you hit it like that, the keeper's not going to be able to do much about it.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. And this is Luis Suarez. Oh, that was vital. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. And here's Suarez. Best receives it in a good position here. Bellingham, who can single-handedly make a difference. Bellingham. Now, what about a counter-attack? Roberto Carlos. Trying to get out of a very sticky situation. And it's Messi. And here's Suarez. And it's Nedved. Passing is crisp and sharp. And he's in charge for a shot! And that's in! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character. Look, that was a
Eto, and the shot! It's run loose, who's going to get there? And this is Lampard. Best, very much a man of this moment. Now it's Luis Suarez. Now it's Totti. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. And the finish! It's in! Into the lead once more. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Bellingham. He has found the way through. Well, now it's a race for the ball. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Totti. Lahm does really well to win the ball there. Bellingham is the team's great visionary. Vieira gets across to intercept that. Lampard. Rummenigge. Piqué. Well, that is one way to stop him. Well, that looks a decent ball, and he's worked it through. He's picked his way through. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Aimed beyond the defence. Roberto Carlos. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Out towards the flank. Messi! Decent chance, made possible by a very decent ball.
Oh, that really should have found the net. The service was faultless, and I'm going to leave it there.
Takes a shot! And will be quick to recover this. That's another chance! In he goes again! And he's there to get it away.
1 minute added time.
He's felt that, hasn't he? Oh no, no circumventing this opponent. Well, that's beautifully weighted. He's found a way through. Oh, shooting chance! It's a decent watch, a frantic watch. It is half-time. So the team's still separated by 1 goal, but it should be very different. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
So it has been pretty frantic here, everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half.
Hello attendees, this is a lost children's announcement. With the father of a boy in the green backpack, kindly contact
So we're off
a
again.
nearby member of staff.
Lampard! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Lampard is offering a wry smile there.
Gerrard. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Lampard. Knocks it into space. Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
And this is Luis Suarez. Suarez showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. And it's Lampard. Rummenigge. Messi. Nedved. Totti. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Played out towards the right wing. And he's had it nicked away. Roberto Carlos is always looking to play quality balls. Gerrard. No, that's been intercepted. Messi, who's set up one goal so far. Oh no, this does not look good. Shot a goal! Oh, split-second reaction.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. There's a defensive height advantage here, Peter, but of course it's not guaranteed to work.
Yeah, they need to be thinking in terms of guile, deception, don't they? Chance! Oh, good finish! It's level again! What a match we have!
Well, this is just incredible. I mean, who would have seen this? Not a manager, I think. It's all happening.
Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
And yes, it's him again. Quite a game this, all square again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Bellingham. Eto'o. The defence opting here for strength in numbers. The ball has bounced loose now. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Best. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Over to the right flank. Oh, played through for the wide man. Lampard. Vieira plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Bellingham. It's a pretty loose pass. Gerrard. Nedved. And it's Totti. Roberto Carlos. Oh, that's fabulous. He's rising! And he has kicked it out somehow.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. He is through here.
Aston clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
It's Lampard! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
Substitution.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Roberto Carlos. What a throw in. Messi. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. And it's Azar. He's got away. Azar.
Such good technique.
And this is Hullet. And here's Semenyo. Trion with a fine tackle.
Oh, makes every duel look like a total mismatch.
Now it's Totti. And he's picked out the run. Lovely feet.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Good ball, good take. Defending of the desperate variety. Spread to the right. No, not quite on the same wavelength. James. Yaya Toure.
There will be
So just one
added
extra
time.
minute for stoppages. Oh, what a ball! And the shot! Incredible! Just incredible! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? That's that, the end. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which you feel it's a shame anybody had to lose.
Volunteers for each block, please report
So
to
a
the
game
staff
of
room
thrills
immediately.
and tiny margins, so many what-ifs and what might have... So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So it's down to business here. Well, this is a guy who has pushed back the boundaries year on year. A brilliant maverick who just, Jim, seems to go on and on.
Yeah, he's simply the boss, Peter. Everyone else, including us, just the supporting cast in an act where he will always take centre stage.
In the Zlatan show, Zlatan is the only star.
I'm not arguing.
He's a sharp little ball here. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Bellingham. Nesta. And it's Maldini. To Thuram. Vieira. And it's Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Lovely bit of skill. Chance for a shot! Oh, it's come off the upright. Neither side especially adventurous early on. Lahm. Vieira. And it's Vieira. It's Bellingham. Now it's Eto'o. Bellingham. Oh, there's a probing ball. Ibrahimovic. That's really well manoeuvred. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Rummenigge has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. And here's Eto'o. Spread out to the left. Nice control. Pinches it off him.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
Lahm and a header! But he's left disappointed.
Yeah, it's good movement though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
It's a pretty loose pass. Bellingham tries to play it through. Oh, that's neat.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
And the pass is intercepted. And the counter is on. Bullet looking to pass their way up the pitch. Maldini, always a very imposing presence at the back. Played into space. Hazard. Hazard will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And it's Bellingham. In with the challenge. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Now it's Eto'o. Great ball if he can get there. Very nicely done, Vieira. Played out towards the right wing. Good ball, good take. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Passing is crisp and sharp. Ferdinand gets over and intercepts. More and more pressure on the ball here. Now it's Gullit. Messi.
This is the time you need that pace.
And it's Bellingham. And that's gone loose. Tries one from range! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Hazard really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Towering header! Firm header just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Roberto Carlos is always looking to play quality balls. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Vieira. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Looking for options for movement.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off.
Bellingham. Thuram has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Piqué. Best. Beckenbauer makes the interception. Lahm. Rummenigge. That looks a decent ball. He's through here. He's found a way through. Pulls it back. And the referee has blown for half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
I think they can be very happy with the flow of the game so far. They're moving the ball around very nicely. They're creating opportunities too. They must need to find a way to add that touch of quality in front of goal, that extra clinical edge.
Well, it's been a half that hasn't lacked suspense or intrigue. It's only lacked goals. 0-0 at the break. So we're underway for the second half. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. And claimed it back swiftly. Gullit. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Best, a player who needs no introduction. Piqué. And it's Bellingham. Hazard. And here's Ibrahimovic. Vieira. At best. That pass has been well intercepted. Nicely weighted ball. Great chance! And it's a goal! So smooth. A signature finish.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Attenzione, la sostituzione.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. So the first goal of the game.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
And it's Lampard.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Messi, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Best. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Bellingham, the magician-in-chief, his feet twinkling. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
This is a promising build-up. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And this is Ibrahimovic. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Aston are not doing enough to get themselves back in the game. They're not as threatening as their opposition. It's got to change.
Vieira. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Oh, nicely intercepted. Vieira. Take back.
Modern football for you and all that pressing.
Hazard. And a chance!
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Lampard. He is just caressing the ball. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And he's being shifted off it. And here's Semenyo. Bellingham.
Aston really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Just a quarter of an hour to play. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, he's burst through!
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Nicely aimed pass. Now it's Semenyo. And it's Bellingham. Oh, he's been caught napping! Time is running out here.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to.
Semenyo receives it in a good position here. Has a look up and drives it forward. Now it's Messi. Hazard does really well to win the ball there. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it. Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
And here's Bellingham. Aims beyond the defence. Delivers with... He leaps for it!
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 11, Messi. Numero 17, numero 19.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
Lasciano il campo per
And here's Semenyo.
il numero 8.
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal to show for all of that. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Aston really were made to rue their ineptitude, if I can put it like that. Defended reasonably well, but if you can't put away your chances, there's always a risk of this happening, and that's going to be painful for them.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion.
Hello,
The game
everybody,
yet to
and
kick
welcome
off.
to today's
The excitement already palpable. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So things are underway.
Well, Peter, it's easy to heap praise on players that play further up the field, but they couldn't do what they did without the unsung heroes doing the dirty work, and Frank Rijkaard is amongst the very best in the business.
It's also the best ever.
Yeah, and I can see why. He's about as sophisticated as players come, and his role covers everything from reclaiming the ball to, well, pretty much everything else. Only a man of his calibre and cleverness can do that.
Look at the space. He'll try from distance. Las Vegas Lights are looking to break at pace. Now it's Hazard. Valverde played out wide. No, that's been intercepted. Lampard. Van Dijk. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Beckenbauer going forward. Rummenigge gets into a good position. And it's Lahm. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Searching pass he's played there.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. So it is still 0-0. Xavi, a player whose confidence, whose sense of adventure rubs off on all of those around him. Xavi going face-to-face with his great rival.
Look, they're prepared to be quite physical to contain any danger that might come their way.
Las Vegas Lights are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, ball's over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Showing good feet. Looking for the far post. No, couldn't quite control it.
I thought the wing work was A1. The defending and finishing was anything but. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And the ball is out of play. Rijkaard. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Now that's well seen too. Vieira. But that has not gone well. Cantona quietly revving up. Cantona! Cantona! He's delivered all right! Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Las Vegas Lights have fired themselves in front.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Good ball, good take. Cantona. Lahm is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Chance, surely! And that was struck with genuine force.
Well, that would have asked some awkward questions of the keeper had it stayed on target.
Valverde. Rijkaard. Hazard. Eto'o. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And here's Eto'o. And it's Lampard. It's Lampard! And it's hit the woodwork and out! And he's heaved it away. Now it's Eto'o. An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
Yeah, typically for him, that was the furthest thing from easy, but it still didn't stop him having a go.
Hazard. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that's going wide left. In towards the backs. Impressive jump! Firm header, just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
Rummenigge. Xavi is always looking to break lines. And here's Eto'o. Oh, he's bustling. Eto'o!
There will be one minute added time.
It's hit the upright. Thuram plays it forward. And here's Eto'o. Looking for options for movement. In by Lampard.
Okay, it didn't quite come off. The execution...
And we've reached half-time. And it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon.
Coming on to replace
And we
him
are
is
back underway.
Number 21.
Aston
Dembele.
really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Tries a shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Rijkaard. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And it's Lampard. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Vieira can see things others simply cannot. This looks promising. Bergomi did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. That's a sharp pass. Good challenge. Excellent challenge.
Oh, that's real confidence in that tackle. He got himself in the perfect position.
Looking to play him in. Hazard. Lahm does really well there. He is strong. Roberto Carlos being hunted in packs.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
Rummenigge. Still chasing the game, trailing by one. And it's Hullet. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. No way through. Hazard. Your impression so far, Jim?
Aston are very much in the game and matching the opposition for chances.
And here's Hullet. Shot and the shot! And Czech pulls off a sensational save.
Substitution on the field. Number 5, Gullit. Number 14, Federico Valverde. Number 4,
Czech breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
Number
And now they can spring out of defence.
Number 17,
More and more pressure on the ball here.
42,
He is through here.
taking place.
Oh, he's diving header! Oh, that is a terrific save! Vieira. Azar. Lampard. And here's Semenyo. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Van Dijk. Vieira. Lampard, never out of the action for very long. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
And here's Dembele.
Las Vegas Lights surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
And here's Semenyo. Now it's Ibrahimovic. That pass has been well intercepted. Azar. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Las Vegas Lights do have a chance to counter here. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Not the most accurate pass. And it's Lampard. Hazard. And it's made its way to him. Shot a goal! So close to drawing level.
Semenyo is clearly gutted about that one, but he needs to shake it off and go again.
Substitution on the field. Number 13,
Time for a change in personnel. A warm ovation on his way off, and that is the least he deserves.
He's sharing a smile or two as he's leaving the pitch, Peter. I think his contribution is widely appreciated.
Now it's Bellingham.
Las Vegas Lights really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Nedved in the hunt and looking threatening.
2 added minutes
Lampard.
has been indicated.
And here's Eto'o. Deftly away. And reclaimed it in a trice. And that is it. A real high-octane conclusion. Well, that was tense. The two parties separate.